All right. Good evening and welcome to Plainview Elgin Millville Schools for tonight's football matchup between your Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs and the St. Charles Saints.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say thanks, Coach Brian Brighton, for joining us in the box again tonight.
St. Charles Saints, coached by Derek Thompson, brings his crew in here. They'll be running a little option tonight. We'll give you a little bit of primer on that once the game gets going. I'm here with Nick Maddie. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and the Bulldog Nation. Big shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation again for really helping us pull the trigger on these broadcasts. We couldn't do what we do without those guys. If you get a chance to support them, give big.
Yeah, well, you'll probably hear us saying that quite a bit tonight, but we really can't say it enough. We appreciate everything they do for us here at PEM Schools. Saints come into Elgin tonight with an 0-3 record, taking on our 2-1 Bulldogs tonight.
Saints a pretty good 0-3 team, pretty functionally solid. I think we're in for a little bit more of a challenge than we saw at our last home event. We got about 40 seconds here to announcements and the anthem. So we will turn it over to stadium announcer Paul Arsvold.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's varsity football game between the St. Charles Saints and your Plainview Elgin Millville Bulldogs. At this time, we please ask everyone to rise and remove all head cover as parts of our pep band under the direction of Mr. Mike Walton leads us in honoring this great country with the national anthem.
Back on? Oh, we're going to listen to this yet?
Now, for tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors from St. Charles. The Saints have been asked to introduce themselves as St. Charles Saints team. They are coached by Derek Thompson, Nathan Whitaker, Brett Hill, Sheldon Goodson. And now, for your offensive starters from Plainview Elgin Millville. Starting at running back, number 4, Leo Silla. Quarterback, number 6, Connor Schumacher. Wide receiver, number 12, Tyler Body. Wide receiver, number 21, Blake Herbert. Wing, number 24, Johnny Evers. The other wing, number 29, Jason Files. Left tackle, number 51, Martin Breito. Right tackle, number 54, Cody Schneider. Left guard, number 55, Christian Tentis. Center, number 62, Cale Lamb. And your right guard, number 63, Derek Boyum. The Bulldogs are coached by Kevin Lamb, Jake Thompson, Benjamin, Frank Wilson, Zach Brown, Ryan Morris, Brian Wright, Nate Fosdick, Steve Harris, Mike Wheelock.
I like some starters when they're announcing them, but at least the numbers. You know what I mean?
Our officials this evening, referee, Bo Beasley, umpire, Darren Rivera, lineman, Kate Greenspot, my judge, Josh Wise, back judge, Brad Brady.
All right, that voice you just heard, long-time PA announcer, Mr. Paul Arsvold. No pun intended with that one.
Okay, so here we are. I just put a post. I posted the link on my Facebook page for those of you that are close personal friends of me instead of Sid Hartman. You can make comments. You can answer some trivia questions. You can post some things, all that other chaos. A little shout-out to Adam Oleg tonight. Adam Oleg has been putting together a Plainview Elgin Millville sports history booklet, and he is in the market for any yearbooks, any end-of-year stats that people have, memory books on paper, things like that. I'm sure he would be more than happy to let you contact him through the Plainview Elgin Millville High School website. That's Adam Oleg. If you have any of those materials, we would surely love to take a look at them for our history book. Here we go. Bulldogs set to kick off tonight. Appears to be Derek Badger teeing up the ball. We're going to kick it deep to the Chuckers, St. Charles Saints.
Looks to be number 3 back deep, Jet Thorson, a junior. Son of Joel Thorson. I believe he was a state champion wrestler.
Give my obligatory nod on the radio. I was told last week that I have a face for radio and a voice for the newspaper. So here we go in Bulldog land. Kick is deep to number 3. He fields it clean. He's heading up the far sideline. Oh, he's got a little crease. Oh, there he's tackled by a pack of dogs. Here comes the Bulldog defense. Quite stingy last week against the Stewartville Tigers and very stingy the week before that with the Red Wing Wingers.
Really, the defense had a great year all season. Even in the loss to Caledonia, one shining bright spot was that defense.
Very much so. Darren Wingert coaching that 3-4 defense, and he's got it running pretty tough out there. Those boys are really flowing to the ball. St. Charles in that in what we call a pro set with the split backs. Okay, there's a little dive. For you armchair quarterbacks at home, you want to keep an eye on that running back that's on the 3-man surface. 3-man surface being the side with 3 offensive linemen on it, where the tight end is a strong side. That running back on that side, he's going to take you to the ball very, very often for the Saints. It's not very tricky, but it can prove difficult to stop that option game.
Saints quarterback Brady Keppel, a junior under center. Nothing going in the middle there for the Saints.
Be interesting to see tonight. The Saints ran 3 or 4 quarterback sneaks in their last game against a defense that did not have a player right over the center, didn't have a zero tech, a nose tackle. I don't know if they'll try to do that tonight against the Bulldogs. Christian Tennis pretty tough in there against the center. He's going to make that snapping a little bit interesting all night long for that guy. Okay, here we are. We got that back on the far side. He goes to the right, and the play goes to the right. We almost never get that out of split backs. So here we go again.
In the backfield tonight for the Saints, it looks like I see number 10, Carter Matheson, in there, as well as Thorson. Those are those split backs in there. They're sending junior Blake Newman, I believe, out wide here.
4th and 7. We got Blake Herbert back there. Blake had a good game against he's had a good season, but he took one to the house against the Wingers in our last home game. Not a very good punt, just clear of the 50, down to the 40. Herbert takes a look and changes his mind. He's got a lot of company there in white jerseys, so here comes the Bulldog offense. Let's see what's going on tonight.
All right. Looks like we got 80 folks joining us tonight from home. We appreciate that. Looks like as far as our signal goes, we're good now, but we may get a little bit of spottiness here from the signal here in Elgin, but bear with us as we work through those. Bulldogs are going to come out. Familiar look here. Pistol look with Connor Schumacher, the southpaw, as quarterback.
Here we go, shifting to the left. Got trips left, one right. Let's see what we got. A little handoff to Silla up the middle. He's got some room. He's got a little room. He punishes his way down to the 48, almost to the 50-yard line. That's a great run for Leo Silla. First down, Bulldogs.
I believe that was Harper Shaber there meeting Silla. Learned what a lot of opponents have learned this season about Silla, and that is one-on-one. He's tough to bring down.
Yeah, Leo's a good hard runner, drops his center of gravity and finishes a run forward just like he gets coached every day in practice. Here we go. We're splitting out to jokers, twins and twins. Let's see what we got. Oh, little RPO. Flip out to, looks like Johnny Evers to the far sideline, and he's out of bounds. It's going to be second and about 3.
Yeah, that was Evers there. And I'll tell you what, last week against Stewartville, watching that game, those wings of Evers and Files had great games for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Be curious to see what the offensive line comes up with tonight. They've had good outings the last couple of weeks. You got Kale Lamb playing the center. You got Tennis and Boyum at the guards. You got Martine Prieto and Cody Schneider at the tackles. Let's see if they can get those white jerseys of the St. Charles moving the other direction. Nothing going there for Schumacher on the keeper. Be second and just a third and just a little bit here.
I believe that was Ben Coase, number 65, a junior on that stop for the Saints. Got good news here, Brian. Just got an update. Sounds like we have a strong stream.
That is good news. That is good news. I know Hall of Fame football coach Bill Erkey is listening out there, so I'm going to just leave that one alone. Here we go. We got a shift to the left. We got trips to the left, one to the right. Body at the bottom of your screen. Oh, Leo Silla on the carry-off tackle. Good hard run. He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and a couple here.
Kind of in that part of the field where I'm not sure what a punt gets you here.
Yeah. If it's me, I'd go for it. On the St. Charles side of the 50, punt doesn't buy you much. A 15-yard punt gets you inside the 20. Defense is playing tough. I say roll with it, see what happens. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for it, lining up to run a play. It is under 5, so hopefully that St. Charles defensive coordinator is barking at his guys to not jump and give them an easy first down. It's a good chance to go on 2 if you're the Bulldogs.
And that's going to be enough there, Schumacher.
That's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs.
I was going to say that. I didn't want to steal Paul's thunder.
St. Charles playing that pretty traditional 4-4 look. If you're a new age guy, they like to call that a 4-2-5 when they split those outside backers out there and they let those linebackers consider themselves DBs, and then it makes them feel better about themselves, and they can play that D gap a little cleaner, a little easier to run the flat on a pass play. Schumacher.
Good ball.
Oh, he's got Files wide open for the touchdown.
And that was number 29, Jason Files. We just got done talking about how good he looked last week against Stewartville, and they go to him here for the touchdown.
Good to see Jason's brother Matthew in the crowd tonight. I hope he's here to cheer him on. We'll see if he was paying attention.
Down from Duluth.
Yeah, up there on the range, on the North
you
Shore.
betcha.
All right, so here we are. Looks like the Bulldogs are lining up to go for one. Got Derek Badger on the field.
Bulldogs did get one kick blocked last week against Stewartville.
Big timer Kale Lamb on the hold. Kick is up, and it is good.
Oh, yeah. Bulldogs out to a 7-0 lead here. Going to get a chance here now to see that Bulldog defense we were talking about coming out on the field again. A strong secondary. We've got a great set of linebackers, and I'll tell you what, that front line, although they look undersized on paper, play much bigger.
The other thing the Bulldogs have had going for them on that front line is they've been able to rotate an awful lot of bodies through there. They have quite a few two-way starters, but they also have quite a few guys that get on the field and play some quality minutes.
Absolutely. You'll see Nate Callahan coming on the line, Elijah Duque we see on the line coming in occasionally.
Alex Raymond got the start at middle linebacker tonight. Kale Lamb had the start the other night at that Mike backer. So we'll have Alex Raymond and one Kale Francis Marks in the middle. So here we go with the kickoff.
Saints again have Thorson back deep to receive. Last time Badger had him backpedaling a bit. Let's see if Badger can put another thump on this one.
Number 3 appears to be lining up about where he did last time. I think based upon the last kick, he might want to back up about 5. We'll see what happens here. Badger gets it lined up. Bulldogs ready to go down and get some blood in the water. Here we go, Bulldogs.
Backs him up again.
Backs him up to about the 7. Here he comes, far sideline again. Oh, he's got a little room.
Got a little bit of room.
And he is out to about the 35.
Pretty good return there by Thorson.
All right, here we go. Bulldogs on the field. Looks like we got Christian Tennis back at the nose. Appear to have Martin Prieto on the far defensive end. Looks like we have no, that's a lie. It looks like we have Alex Raymond on the near side defensive end. We'll have the Kale and Kale complex at Mike linebacker. Here they come down the line with that option. Nothing going. Nothing going. Hey, key to playing that option for the Bulldogs will be consistency. Any of you that happen to watch college football back in the 1900s would remember the Oklahoma Sooners. A lot of no gain, no gain home run. And that's what the St. Charles is trying to grind out, trying to lull you to sleep and see if they can put a long one on you.
All right, looks like we got Marks in at linebacker. Files is in there, an outside backer. Saw Connor McGuire. His number in there. I think he's on the far side.
It's like we got Kyler Body at the near corner, which makes us have Peyton Schumacher at the far corner. Here we go, down, little off tackle play.
I think the Saints can have enough for the first down.
I think
sure
that'll be their first down of the evening, moving the chains.
That's Thorson with the carry. Thorson, I believe, like many of the Bulldogs players, took advantage of that 4th season and played soccer this year for the Saints.
All right, Bulldogs getting a sign. We got a linebacker flexing up on the near side, and here he comes on that option. Hits the quarterback, defensive end on the dive player, just like Coach Wingard has him drawn up.
That's Kale Marks on the stop.
Both teams feeling each other out here a little bit, trying to see what's going on. Seeing if we can find a weak link on one side of the ball or the other. Here come the Saints up to the ball.
So we got number 8, Keppel under center. Got those backs of Matheson and Thorson. Near side here, wide out is Jose Rojas.
Here comes down the line. There's your option off tackle, and the Bulldogs eat that up. Bulldogs ate that up.
Bulldogs going to like this 3rd and long, that spot here. We might see the Saints go to the air for the first time tonight.
Little second back through action. Bulldogs going to pin their ears back on this one. 3rd and 8, you got a little room to play with.
Oh yeah, if they can get Keppel to rush a little bit here, get that ball in the air, they got like their chances there, one-on-one body. They got Herber lurking there in the back, and of course Peyton Schumacher on that far side corner.
Here we go. St. Charles up to the ball. Bulldogs showing
linebacker.
blitz. Oh, they got him
screen.
lined up for the screen, and they are going to let them slip through for a 1st down. That is, hey, live by the sword, die by the sword. That screen is a good blitz breaker. They must have seen on film that the Bulldogs like to come on that 3rd and long, and they had them set up pretty good there.
Hopefully the Bulldogs kind of get that feeling there, that free running feeling through the line, now that they know that the Saints have that in the playbook. Hopefully next time they'll hold up a little bit on that one.
All right, this is St. Charles' farthest venture into Bulldog territory here. We got the 3-man surface on our side of the field, and here it comes, as predicted in the menu. So here we go.
Good stop there, number 62 for the Bulldogs. That's going to be Kale Lamb.
If we go back to the 80s Switzers, the Barry Switzer Oklahoma Sooners, you got them 3rd long. You got to stop them on every down. You can't just give them one. You know, we got to get 2 more stops here, probably 3 this side of the field to get our offense back out there.
All right, we got about 3.5 left here in the 1st quarter in Elgin. Bulldogs up 7-0 on a pass from Connor Schumacher to Jason Files. Yep.
That would be cheating.
Yeah, you can't do that. Seen that a couple times from the Saints. Those backs are pretty itchy back there. Want to get moving as soon as possible.
At this point in the game, if I would guess, those referees probably said something to them a down or so to go to make sure they're not leaving before the ball, because we saw a flurry of flags on that one.
Yeah, that was. I think they got number 10 Matheson for that one, but they're going to back them up 5 here. Looks to be 2nd and 14 here from the 35, or excuse me, from the 39.
All right, here we go. Back to pass.
Was there for the
Deep
first
ball,
time.
good coverage for the Bulldogs.
Peyton Schumacher over there on coverage.
In and out of the hands of the assistant coach on the far sideline. If it hits you in the hands, you should reel those in, coach. I know you're telling your players that.
I think that was the line coach, so I'm going to give him a pass on that one.
If it's a defensive line coach, you should have just knocked it down. Defensive lineman got no business running the ball anywhere.
All right, that was the first time we saw Keppel go to the air there on the far side. Like we said, pretty good coverage there by Schumacher. Herber came over to help out on that one, and Keppel was forced to throw it way out of bounds.
It's not really the first time they went to the air, because they did throw that screen pass. I don't know if that really counts going to the air. We got a little pitch to the outside. Bulldogs string it to the sideline. Got a good gang tackle there. It's going to be 4th and a while. I would be surprised to see the Saints punt here, although their first punt was not incredibly deep, so we'll see.
All right, I got a question for you since you're
I got an
calling
answer.
me out of there on going to the air. So if the quarterback throws a pass behind the line of scrimmage and it's incomplete, that's a free ball, right? That's almost like a fumble?
Not if it's forward.
No, but if it's behind the line of scrimmage, behind the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, it has to be behind the quarterback.
If that's completed, is that rushing yards or passing yards?
Ooh, I would call that a passing yard. We're going to snap over the punter. He's chasing it back to the 30. He's running around like a clown. All right, there's a tackle by 55.
Yes.
That's going to be a big momentum booster, a little shot of gorilla juice for the Bulldog offense. Here they come onto the field with great position.
I'll tell you what, he picked that one up, turned around. It was like a Schmidt wall coming at him with all those gray jerseys.
What's a Schmidt wall? Like Justin Schmidt?
Cement.
Oh, cement. I thought we were giving a shout out to Elgin pole vault champion Justin Schmidt. Hey, here's a question for you out in Bulldog land. I'm looking at some papers that Mr. Adam Oleg fired up for me. Who was the football coach of the Plainview Gophers in 1937? We got a pitch to Leo Silla to the outside. He breaks a tackle. Got a slippery hip for a big guy, and he gets about back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of a couple. Yeah, that 1937 head coach, Jay Westby.
Jay Westby.
Yeah. He might have been Kevin Kyle Holtz might have been on that coaching staff. He had a big birthday recently.
Not many coaching staffs Kevin Kyle Holtz hasn't been on.
That is a true story. That is a true story. Kevin Kyle Holtz got a lot of shout-outs for his turf maintenance a couple weeks ago, and he was down in Kansas, and his beautiful daughter was getting married, so we'll give a shout-out to that. There's a handoff to Leo, and they're targeting him. They're spying him. About time to come back with a counter to somebody else on that one. Maybe that little wing in motion or that little bubble zero route that Coach Matty was asking me about. That might be a good time for that action. Pull that guard and kick the end, bring that quarterback back the other way. That's a nice counter out of that Bulldog offense.
All right, here we go. We got about 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Body out wide here on the near side. Bulldogs shift
Here we
two
go.
over
We're
here.
gonna
We got trips right.
Trips to the right. Schumacher likes to look to that single receiver side. He's going to the trip side. He's got a man open. Oh! Hit him in a bad spot right between the numbers. I hate it when that happens.
I'll tell you what, Thorson was back there on the coverage, got that hand up. That can just that little hand in the air can break the concentration there, and Evers just misses that one.
Yeah, Johnny was pretty wide open. It was almost too easy. If he'd have had better coverage, Johnny would have probably hauled that one in.
Schumacher had all kinds of time on that one. Bulldog line doing a nice job of protecting number 6 out there. Some big boys out there on that line for the Saints. Number 75, we've got Braden Erkey out there. 72, Connor Lemmer. He's a big boy. 65, we said already, Jacob Stokes.
Oh, here we go. Schumacher pumps. He's in trouble. That's going to be a horse collar penalty.
Yep.
Bulldogs are going to get a little extra yardage out of that. That would be cheating on those guys.
That was the aforementioned Connor Lemmer with that, number 72. Interesting one last week. If you didn't watch that Stewartville game, there was a play where the Stewartville fans thought the Bulldogs might get a horse collar, but what they did is they actually grabbed the running back's ponytail, which is legal.
That's part of the body. That's the chance you run when you got them flowing locks out the back of your helmet. Hey, Nick, Matty, got a question for you.
All right.
Bulldogs, in the course of their history, the PEM Bulldog history, have had one 10-win team. And it is in your tenure at Bulldog Land, I believe. Do you know what year they had a 10-win team?
If it was in my tenure, I'm going to guess that 2011, 2000 would have been, well, the graduating class of 2012. Oh, really? 2008?
2008.
2008? I don't know.
You need to get on those CoQ10s if you don't know if you were here in 2008.
I was here in 2008.
Yeah, that 2008 team was a 10-win team. We've had a couple 11-win teams and a 14-win team in Bulldog Land, but that is, according to Coach Adam Oleg's sheets, that is the only 10-win team we've had in PEM history.
Trips
was in
left
2008.
Here. Go to Silla up the middle.
Up the middle, he pushes the pile. He's down knocking on the doorstep there. Appears to be on about the 3.
And that's the first quarter. Bulldogs head to the sidelines up 7-0 here in Elgin. I take this opportunity to thank the Bulldog Nation Foundation for sponsoring the Plainview Elgin Millville Activities live streams this year. Bulldog Nation Foundation.
Spit it out, buddy.
Sorry.
Spit it out.
Bulldog Nation Foundation is a local fundraising group here in the Plainview Elgin Millville area that raises money through fundraisers for different activities within the PEM school district. A lot of fine folks doing a lot of hard work there for the kids at our schools, and we want to show appreciation for them. So thank you, Bulldog Nation Foundation.
Yeah, speaking of the Bulldog Nation, we were supposed to have our Hall of Fame banquet this weekend, but we got COVIDed out, and that we might go ahead and do that in the spring, but it might be next fall. The honorees going into the PEM Hall of Fame this year are Michael Caston, Coach Kirk Thompson, Chuck Ohm, Katie Ohm, Tammy Fensky-Hart, and Greg and Jim Lewis. So big shout out to them for going into the Bulldog Hall of Fame. Hopefully we'll get that award ceremony done sooner than later.
It is quite a impressive list of athletes you listed off there.
Tammy Fensky, a two-time cross-country all-state runner in 1979 and 1980, finishing in third place in 1979.
Wow.
For those of you who are not in the know of the sports lingo, that's what we call a stud.
All right, we got 148 joining us from home here. Brian, have we heard the number from Coach or from AD Scott Flatham? Do we know what paid attendance is tonight?
I think last I heard he was still counting tickets. We're waiting on that paid attendance to show up. Hopefully here in the next couple minutes we'll get that little piece of paper with that number on it. A little fresh tonight. Schumacher on the keep. Stumbles a little bit, but he is in. Touchdown, Schumacher. He's about 5'20", that Schumacher. If he was my height, he wouldn't not be in. We'd still be running one more play from the one. He would not have got in the end zone if he was a 5'5" like me.
Schumacher, a great athlete, no doubt, could probably play but just about any position on the field for Bulldogs. Lucky to have him under center here this season. Badger on to kick the extra point.
Caught a little whiff of that fall air. I hope that's not the concession stand. Oh, kick is up and good.
Badger hits another one here. And that is 14-0 for the home team here with just under 12 minutes in the half. Expecting the Saints to come out here on this possession, probably still looking to go up the middle, just trying to hit those body blows against that front line of the Bulldogs, trying to wear them down a bit. They haven't shown much other than that. We've seen a little bit of passing from them. We saw a screen, maybe a little bubble pass earlier.
Yeah, Bulldogs not having much trouble getting their defense off the field. Those body blows are getting absorbed pretty good. Badger lines up the kick here.
Thorson back deep again.
Thorson back deep. He's backed up just a little bit again. Badger pushed him back to about the 7 last time. Looks like he appears to have his heels on the 10. Had a nice return last time. Now he's 2 for 2 on returning it to the St. Charles sideline. Let's see if he goes that way again or if he mixes it up and comes at the Bulldogs sideline. And here we go. It's a low liner. Thorson gets a bad hop, picks it up, brings it to the Bulldogs sideline. He's got a little room. He's got a good burst, that Thorson.
Absolutely. He gets it up to about the Saints' 29-yard line on that return. That's a gain of about 19 yards.
Cale Lamb, another 500-pound deadlifter on our team, gave me no end of dirty looks all week at school this week after I gave a shout-out to Cale Marks for that, and he said, I can do that too. So Cale Lamb in there on the stop. 1st and 10 for the St. Charles Saints.
All right, we got tennis in the center here. 51 Prieto on the near side. I believe that's Alex Raymond on the far side. Linebackers of Connor, McGuire, Cale Lamb, Cale Marks, and on that far side, I guess that's got to be Files.
There's your little off-tackle play.
In the secondary, we got Body, Peyton Schumacher, and Blake Herbert. Johnny Evers, too. Don't want to forget about Johnny.
Don't want to forget about Johnny. We had a night similar to this in, I believe, 2000. If somebody wants to correct me, I believe it was 2000. A very, very good St. Charles team came in riding maybe an 11-game, possibly a 14-game conference winning streak. Had been to the state semis the year before. Played that game in the snow.
St. Charles had a good bunch of athletes that year. I think there's a Reggie Sanders, I believe.
Yep,
there was
a
Keith Sanders.
Was a Majerus on that team?
Majerus, absolutely.
And
they won a state. I think they won a state Legion baseball championship. That crew did.
I believe so. And they were running a toss offense. And Hall of Fame defensive coordinator Ron Randall had quite a game plan that night, and we had him shut down. Started to snow. Kevin Kyle Holtz, lots of shout outs to Kevin, came out during the timeouts and the quarters and actually shoveled off the sideline so the referees could see him. Threw a 95 dump pass to Tyler Kriofsky, and Ryan Eversman threw it just a little deep. Tyler tipped it straight up in the air, ran underneath it for a long touchdown for a KTTC Play of the Week.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cheating on Cale Marks. You can't do that.
Francis.
Come on, Ishmael. You know better than that.
All right, they backed the Bulldogs up 5 on that one. Now we've got about 3rd and 4.
Just got corrected via the text message. That was 1999. All right, here we go. Here we go. Thorson on the keep. He's got a little room. Bounces off a tackle. Out almost to the 50. That's going to be an easy first down. Herbert has a big hit. Doesn't bring him down, but hangs in there with the tackle, grabs a hold, and brings Thorson down just short of the 50.
And looks like Herbert's going to get a little bit of a break there. Connor Schumacher's going to head in and give Herbert a little bit of a breather after that play.
Johnny Evers on the blitz off tackle. He's a little wide.
Nice run.
That is a nice run. I don't know if the Bulldogs are maybe feeling a little overconfident here, but the St. Charles Saints having pretty good luck with that off tackle play.
And that's number 10, Matheson, with that pickup of about 9 yards. Couldn't see on that one. Was that a trap? Did they get the Bulldogs come across there and trap them on that, or is that just a pull from the backside? And is there a difference?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. This Thorson's a hard runner.
Yep,
he's a hard runner.
For the first down there, but a 3-yard pickup for Thorson.
We have our white hat striking a pose there on the first down call. He cranks the clock. Here we go. Timeout Bulldogs.
All right, Bulldogs take a timeout here with 8:43 left in the second, leading 14-0 here over the St. Charles Saints in Elgin, Minnesota.
I'm Brian Brighton, and this is Nick Matty along with me. I got some grief on the feedback that we weren't saying who we were enough, so the people that tuned in late weren't really sure who they were listening to. I kind of thought that was by design to keep myself out of trouble, but what the people want, the people get, I guess.
Yeah, we were trying to keep that a secret, but we couldn't get the financing for that one-way glass here.
Oh.
All right. Elsewhere around the PEM Empire.
The PEM Empire.
Struggling a bit with that one. Last night, volleyball team 3-1 winners over the Kingsland Knights.
Very
that was
nice.
a last-minute schedule change there. Bulldogs were scheduled to play Lewiston Altura. Lewiston Altura, due to circumstances out of their control, had to cancel on us on Tuesday. AD Scott Flatham calls up the alma mater, gets the Knights to come into town on short notice. That one was scheduled about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The Knights were kind enough to come over and play our gals, and our gals gave them the what have you.
Hey, I got a question for you. True or false? Athletic Director Scott Flatham, last all-conference quarterback for the Spring Valley Wolves.
That is going to be a false because Trenton Highland played after Mr. Scott Flatham, and he was quite the quarterback for the Knights. That was Matheson, number 10, with about a 2-yard gain for the Saints.
All right, here we go. Bulldogs line it up on defense again. Ooh, it just got a frantic note passed to me from Athletic Director Scott Flatham. Tonight's paid attendance, 250. 250. So if you're checking your big boards at home, if you had 250 on the big board, you're a winner.
And you're probably splitting that with everybody else in the pool.
I don't want to know what you're doing in the pool, Mr. Matty.
All right, here we go. We got another first down. Saints doing a nice job of charging down the field. Didn't look like they changed too much here on this drive, but they are executing well here.
Oh.
Another one up the middle. Ooh, shoestrings tackle. I believe that was either Cale Lamb was right there, as was he's going to turn a little bit. Herbert again, I believe, with the shoestring tackle there.
This is they've had pretty good luck on this drive with that weak side dive. If you're watching from home, there'll be 3 linemen on one side, 2 on the other, and they're in that split backs. That strong side back, then that 3-man surface, be number 3 in this particular formation. He goes like it's option, then he gets that dive up the middle.
There's a good hit. That is Scylla coming in, drop Thorson.
Bulldogs been doing a good job on that strong side dive on that option. I mean, the backside is hurting them a little bit. They haven't scored yet, but they've been moving the chains with that weak side dive.
All right, approaching 7 minutes left in the half. Saints charging down the field here against that Bulldog defense.
First and goal from the 10. Saints on the door. Here's a little screen again. Bulldogs eat that one up.
We talked about that. They felt that they were getting through a little bit too easy and just held up there. You saw Keppel sprint back, giving away that screen, and they were all over Thorson.
You got Cale Lamb making a good read on that running back, flexing out there for that screen again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That 62 did him a great service on that play. He read the screen well.
Absolutely.
Bulldogs line it up again.
Ooh,
there's that little weak side dive.
Conquistador.
Bulldogs having none of that one.
That was Matheson there. Met right away by nose tackle Christian Tennis.
Just glancing up from my position here in the press box, there appears to be a large pole in the middle of. Oh, wait a second. That's Mr. Matty's tripod that he's got the camera set up right in front of my face again. A little different formation for the Chuckers here.
Pass here. That's Matheson.
Tomfoolery in the game, throws a pass into the end zone, incomplete. Bulldogs having none of it.
That was Matheson looking for number 82, Cole Behrens there in the end zone. Safety Connor Schumacher over to break it up.
I actually believe that might have been Thorson throwing the pass. I misread the number there. I thought it was Tomfoolery. Timeout St. Charles. They want to talk it over. 4th and goal. And it's going to be a shame for them to come out of this empty-handed. Bulldogs going to try and muster one more stop here. St. Charles doesn't appear to have a field goal kicker warming up or anything, so they're going to be going for the touchdown here, which would also tell me if they score, they will likely go for 2. Also on the right hash, right, makes that kick a little bit tougher.
Saw the Bulldog 8th grade squad connect on that play last night.
The chicanery play,
young
Tomfoolery.
Mr. Nolan Welke took the pitch from quarterback Alex Hinrichs, and hit Jay Schumacher.
Nolan
For a TD.
Nolan Welke, son of Bulldog alumni Anton Welke, also a Navy veteran. Big shout out to Anton. Thank you for your service.
What do we got here, Coach?
Looks like we're lining up
goal.
for a field goal. Let's see if the Bulldogs go for the block here. Got a high snap, and the Bulldogs up the middle. That's a block. They're just going to let her die for cross. Ball's live. I thought across the end zone. Here we go. Looks like we got
Herber.
Looks like Herber on the
plenty
return.
of room.
He's got a little room. He's got a little
Blocker.
room. This is good. Has the makings of an out of bounds play.
We've got a hanky. We've got a hanky back at the 20-yard line.
Got a cheating indicator back at the 20. That might be a block and a back way back there. We about to find out.
All right, let's see what happens there. I thought they might get the Bulldogs right away, Coach, and maybe you can elaborate here on the ruling. I thought they drove that center far back. Can you hit the center?
Well, there's a little gray area there, and that's a little shout-out to the gray uniforms you see on the Bulldogs tonight. You cannot hit the center on the initial charge, right? So if we load up over the guards and you pinball into that center, you are likely not going to get that flag. If you're out on the field, if you've ever been out there for the extra point, that referee will holler himself blue, yelling, stay off the center, and he will let you know if you are in peril of getting a flag.
And here comes the call.
That flag would have been much sooner if we'd have been charging the center. Had a big conference in the middle of the field, and they're waving the flag off. It'll be the Bulldogs' ball at the St. Charles 49.
St. Charles 49 here, 5:24 left in the half. Bulldogs take a shot here right away, you think?
Hey, I would. This is a good time for that. If Bill Erke was calling a play, he'd call a fade here. Call a 3 route.
Plenty of speed here.
Big time
on the
after a
edge
turnover.
with Kyler Body on that far side. He's your reigning 400-meter state champion.
Yeah, this is a big swing for the Bulldogs. This is St. Charles was knocking on the door. Not only did they not score, but the Bulldogs returned it out to midfield. They're not taking over possession in the shadow of their own goalpost.
I think I'd let Schumacher just to see how far he can throw it here.
Or we could just hand it off to Marks up the middle. He gets a little helping hand. He's out to the 40.
That's a 9-yard pickup. Matheson with the stop.
It's a good rush for Ishmael Marks. He doesn't get too many carries. Leo on the sideline catching a breath after putting together a nice defensive stand. See him down there talking to the coaches. Looks like he's ready to go back in whenever the coaches want him. Back in that gun. Flex out to Twins. The Files out there in the slot. Marks on the carry. Hits the hole hard, and he is out to the 35.
Pick up about 3 after the initial contact there. There's a pile of Saints there helping out. See number 23, Titan Small. Great name. Titan Small with the tackle.
Titan Small. Marks a little bit of a change of pace out there. Leo Silla a little more of a bruiser. Not that Marks isn't a bruiser on his own accord, but he's got a little different body style than Leo does.
Well, these guys playing both ways, they need a break on one side of the ball occasionally.
Marks on the off tackle play. Might want to stick to the dive with him. He's more of a north-south guy rather than an east-west.
That's 65. Ben Coase meeting Marks there.
And if you've ever been to the Elgin field here, you'll know that north-south is apropos. Why is that, Mr. Matty?
The field runs north to south?
Look at you.
Depending on how you look.
Can't slip anything by the math guy.
Well, it really depends. The soccer field might run
a
north
very-
and south. Football field's running a little bit north-northwest, I believe.
North by Northwest. There's a shout-out to Bill Erke's favorite movie.
All right,
Here we go. Jinx. Schumacher on the keep. Scrambles around, is lucky to get back to almost to the line of scrimmage. He might lose a half a yard on that one.
He is wrapped up by Adam Berg and finished off by Titan Small.
Took a pretty good hit there. We'll see if he's prone to keep that again.
All right, here, as we're approaching, I got a question for you, Coach. Here,
What's that?
3-minute mark. You know, you watch the NFL games, they got the 25-second play clock, and they got the clock right there to look at. In a high school game, how does the quarterback manage that play clock?
All right, the quarterback looks at the official in the defensive backfield, and as soon as he sees that hand go up over his head, the referee, he is counting. There he is. You'll see him. As soon as he starts counting, he's down to 5 seconds.
On the far side.
And he
Jump
comes back, and that's a catch.
Body.
That is a catch.
Absolutely.
That is a nice play down to the 3. All right, so you see that back judge in the defensive backfield. When his hand goes up and he starts counting, that's the 5-second countdown. The quarterback either needs to get hopping or call a timeout at that point.
That is Jackson Loga with the coverage there. Pretty good coverage on body. Great concentration. Took it down with one hand, pinned it against his hip there for the completion.
Getting a little comment from the crowd up to the box. I don't know, trying to find out a number on a call down there, I think. Marks into the pile for about 4 inches, I believe.
All right, that's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
All right. Officials wind the ball into play. Bulldogs come up to the line. Cale Marks at the center. He'll look at that defense and make a call here. This might be a good time for that. See that guard pull and kick out the end here and have Schumacher keep the other way. And Schumacher keeps it up the middle. Ball on the ground. Schumacher covers the fumble. Oof. Doesn't do any good to make it to the end zone if you don't have the ball with you. You got to hang on to that rock.
Bulldogs dodge a bullet there here late in the first. Don't want to turn over. We've got to take advantage here, being that far down into Saints territory.
To be fair, St. Charles also dodged a bullet because Schumacher was headed right to the end zone. That's going to be probably a loss of 1 on that play. Brings up a 3rd and goal.
I don't know. I can't see out this side of the box. I gave you the good side.
Gave me the good side to put the tripod up in.
Schumacher going up the middle, getting a pretty good push
Schumacher
there.
on the keep, and that's a
looking for an indication.
Touchdown,
and the
Bulldogs.
near sideline judge gets him in. 44
Touchdown,
seconds
Bulldogs.
left.
Following his center, Cale Lamb, Tennis, and Derek Boyum into the end zone. That sneak is, that's a Garden Center project all the way.
That's a brace of touchdowns for Schumacher tonight.
Just drop a brace.
I learned some soccer terms this fall.
Hat trick.
Octopi.
Hey, speaking of an octopus, do you know why the Detroit Red Wings in the hockey playoffs, why you throw an octopus on the ice to celebrate a win?
I have no idea.
If you get in your Wayback Machine in NHL history, you had to win 8 games to win an NHL Stanley Cup title. So you throw an octopus on the ice after each win because an octopus has, count 'em, 8 tentacles. 8 and 8, that's the same number.
Gotcha. I've got all. I mean, we can do some number trivia if you want. I've got a little bit. In my days as a math teacher, I picked up a little bit.
You mean number trivia, like what's your favorite number?
No. Like, for instance,
According to Three Dog Night, what's the loneliest number?
this is a
One?
very appropriate being October. But why is October with that prefix of oct, like the octopus that you were alluding to? Why is that our 10th month and not our 8th month?
I'm stymied. Genetic defect in the octopus that year?
It actually used to be the 8th month, and in the Roman calendar, Julius Caesar added 2 months named after himself, July and August in the middle, and it pushed the 8th month, October, back to the 10th month. That's why December is also the 12th month rather than the 10th month.
Son of a gun. Hey, you tune into YouTube, you think you're just going to get entertained, and despite your best efforts, you go ahead and learn something. Look at that.
Absolutely not. The folks over in Dover Yard aren't getting these nuggets.
Look at that. Thorson on the carry. He's trying to come across the field.
Thorson
he
fast.
Is going to get corralled at about the 18.
Thorson fast. Not going to run body, though.
No.
No.
Dale Marks is number 44 now, FYI. Because he must have blood.
Oh, costume change.
Yeah. In honor of Halloween, Cale Marks has switched over to number 44. If you're keeping book at home, like I know you all are, must have had a torn vestment, possibly a little blood on the jersey. Something went on there, but we've had a change in the program.
Saints going right up the middle here. Not really turning the page here.
Yeah.
Thought they might take a shot here with 30 seconds left. See if they can move something.
Yeah, that's that little dive action there. Nothing going. You know what we have not seen out of the St. Charles Saints yet is that little counter crisscross where the quarterback drops straight back and the running backs will actually cross in front of him. Lewiston used to run that very, very well. St. Charles kind of adopted that. It's not very far down Highway 14 for them to pick that one up. Looks like they're going to let the clock expire. And we're going to go to halftime with the Bulldogs up 21-0.
Thank you for joining us in this Bulldog Nation Foundation here. We got a 15-minute half. We are going to get off the mics here for a little bit, and we will be back with about 5 minutes here left in the halftime. All right, we're back with you here in
We're
Elgin.
back.
I'm joined right now by Athletic Director Scott Flatham here in the Bulldog Nation Foundation booth. Mr. Flatham, tell us a little bit. Is there any updates here for the winter season at all?
Well, Nick, if you read some of the emails I sent out today to our coaches, there's some protocols.
If you want me to read it, you better just put it in the subject line.
There's some protocols that I've sent out to our coaches that they got to stop following those guidelines. I'm only being sarcastic now, Nick, but no, not much to report, Nick. We got an 18-game schedule. Mr. Maddie, I failed you. I've got one more game to find, non-conference for you and your Bulldog girls basketball team, but we'll get that done in the short amount of time here. I'm pretty proud of our wrestling schedule. Mr. Marks worked really, really hard with me, as well as most of the southeastern Minnesota and southern half of Minnesota to get our wrestling schedule. Looks really, really good. Probably got 4 home dates, which is probably traditional for them, but we can only wrestle tries, so that's kind of difficult. Won't be as many Saturdays for those wrestlers, but I know those coaches and probably parents and coaches' wives are happy about that. But our boys basketball season is set. We got some good non-conference opponents in the likes of Lourdes, Lake City, again returning a very strong squad. And I believe our other non-conference game is Zimbrota Mazeppa. So you and the girls team, Nick, have a very tough schedule as well. But again, we just need one more game. So any other ADs out there looking for a basketball game, give me a holler. Yeah,
and correct me if I'm wrong here, but the boys basketball is going to start practice on November 23rd. We'll have the wrestlers start on the 30th, and I know my practice season starts on December 7th.
Right. One other update I'd just like to give you, Nick, before you guys start in the second half. I know Way can fill Mr. Brighton's shoes here, so I'm going to get off the air as soon as possible. But
I got little shoes.
They have released the playoff dates for football. Have you been promoting that? I believe the Bulldogs here got a great shot at being home on the 17th of November. That's a Tuesday. And then the 21st of November. Yes, we're going to be playing hopefully home playoff games. It goes to the highest seed, and hopefully will be a 1 or a 2 seed in our section. I should also clarify, we could get a bye in the first round if we're one of the top 2 seeds. So maybe a bye on the 17th would be nice, and stay nice and warm and play on the 21st and have a chance to go on to the section title game, which is the following Friday night, the 27th of November. You talk about the girls' basketball schedule. The boys are already playing games, and the volleyball season is still going on with their postseason. So we'll look to get those dates online. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Brighton, but thanks for having me on for a few seconds.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Flatham, for joining us and for that information. Wow, that playoff outlook here makes every game important here with a 6-game schedule for the Bulldogs.
Shout out to Plainview's law enforcement community joining us here in the Palace Ballroom tonight. Officer McKellis, would you like an orange whip? Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip. 3 orange whips. All right, Bulldogs finishing up their warm-up. We got a couple minutes left on the halftime clock. Let's see if the St. Charles comes back to that weak side dive. One thing I did not notice from my vantage point here in the booth was if they ran any of that weak side option. They ran that with pretty good success in their game last week. We'll see if they show up with that. Also, we'll see if they show up with that counter crisscross, those backs running that X pattern right in front of the quarterback, and it's a handoff. Sometimes it's a keep. Sometimes they like to go ahead and run both those backs out on a pass. It's almost like a double screen pass after that.
Yep, the Saints giving most of the load tonight so far to number 3 Thorson, number 10 Matheson. And, you know, we talked about it earlier, them kind of trying to pound down and give some body blows to the Bulldog line there. But, you know, that could wear down your running backs as well. On the other side of the ball, we saw the Bulldogs give their horse, Leo Silla, a little bit of a break. Got Cale Marks in there. Cale Marks ran well there at the end of the first half there. We also saw some good passing there from Schumacher. We saw him hit Jason Files for about a 20-yard TD. That's a guesstimate. Don't fact check me.
I would like to give a shout out to the Pearson Salted Nut Roll Company. For those of you that don't know, the Pearson Salted Nut Roll is the premier candy bar for fishermen out there, because you can throw in your tackle box and it basically has no expiration date, kind of like a Twinkie. Gets real cold, you can still deal with it. Gets real hot, it doesn't melt like a Snickers bar and turn into some gross pile of goo. So a little shout out to the Pearson Salted Nut Roll. Hey, Matthew Files, what do you got going on out there? What do you got to say for the people at home, Files? Nothing. You're not even going to give a shout out to your brother on a touchdown. That's words of wisdom from Matthew Files.
That's very older brother-like.
He did good. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you for that backhanded compliment.
He did good.
Yeah, that was great. He needs another one.
Speaking of he did good, we'll give another little shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. Again, we were scheduled to have Hall of Fame this weekend. That has been postponed. Maybe for the spring, the way things are shaking out with our numbers, probably next fall. If you're tuning in late, our 6 inductees going into the Bulldog Hall of Fame. Actually, it's the PEM Hall of Fame. We have members from the Plainview, Elgin, Millville, and the PEM Bulldogs. We have Michael Caston going in, Coach Kirk Thompson, Chuck Ohm, Katie Ohm, Tammy Fensky-Hart, and Greg and Jim Lewis going into the Hall of Fame this year, or next time we get a chance to put them in. Bulldogs should be receiving the kick.
They are, and they got body going back deep here. We're going to see, well, it'll be the second kick. Well, no, it'll be the first kick, because they did attempt a field goal, but it never really came off the foot of the kicker.
Yeah, and it never crossed the goal line, so we did get a little return on that.
Their kicker is number 7, Luke Hansen. He's a junior. Comes in at 5'7", 125.
Body back deep to receive. Appears to be giving junior Luke Hansen a little bit of respect. He's got his heels on about the 7, looks like. We'll see if Hansen gets a little leg into this or not. Here we go. Body set to receive. He is not going to get it. It's going to be the up back, and he's going to come right up the middle. Herbert's got a little room to run.
Nice move there in the middle of the field.
Look at him go. He's
got blockers.
He's 50 to the 45, to the 40,
Here we go.
to the 30, to the 20.
It.
He's going to the house, and he's in the house. He's in the house. That is Herbert's second special teams touchdown in as many home games this year.
All right, we're blasting out here the audio feed, just so you know. If you're going to yell above the mic.
I wanted to make sure his father on the other side of the divider here heard me.
All right, in case that came off as a bunch of gibberish, that was senior Blake Herbert, number 21, taking that one about 85 yards on the first kick, an opening kickoff here of the second half, giving the Bulldogs the 27-0 lead.
Derek Badger lines up to kick the extra point. Kale Lamb with the hold. Good snap from Schumacher. The ball is down, is up, and it is good.
All right, that makes it 28-0 here early in the second half.
Schmecks good, Badger. Schmecks gut. For those of you that speak a little German, I do understand that doesn't mean anything, but that's a little shout out to Craig Erke. Used to have a kicker, Robert Eschbuehler, foreign exchange student from Germany, was a very fast kid. And we said, Robert, you might be able to do more than kick. And he said, I don't know if I'm going to be as fast with all that armor on. But he was quite a kicker for us. He was our kicker in a 4 overtime thriller at Lake City. In a game the Bulldogs unfortunately lost. There's a Bulldog alumni, Eric Raymond, coming into the stadium.
Like seeing Eric a lot better when he's not in uniform.
Yeah, I don't have the rollers behind me yelling at me for rolling through a stop sign. Thanks, Eric.
Every time I see him drive up behind me in that squad car, I start trying to think of what I gave him last time I had him in class.
Eric Raymond, Bulldog history, the only Bulldog running back that I'm aware of to ever rush for 100 yards with a broken foot.
There's no way to confirm that.
Well, the x-rays with the...
No, not the broken foot. He's the only one. All right, there's Thorson.
No,
with
Blaine
the
Miller
return.
rushed for 1,000 yards one season with a broken leg, but I don't know about a broken foot. All right, we get that stout Bulldog defense back on the field. Probably roll the starters at him here at the beginning. We might get some subbing after that. Looks like we got Tennis at the nose. We got Martin Prieto and Alex Raymond at the defensive ends. We got the same complement of linebackers we had to start with. We had Johnny and Young Files on the far side, and then we got a pair of Kales in the middle.
Saints start the way they ended the half there, trying to go right up the middle with Thorson here off the strong side. It's going to make it second and looks like about 6.
All right. Got that 3-man surface on our side. Fullback leads it out. Got a man right down the
Goes
middle.
long.
He is wide open over the shoulder.
Gets
Nice
behind
catch.
the
He gets run down
defense.
from behind at the 30. Ball is out. Bulldogs recover. Let's see if the referees call him down.
Nope.
Oh,
They
they're
give it
going to
the
say
Bulldogs.
Bulldog ball. That's a heartbreaker for the Saints.
It is. You know what? That was a beautiful ball from quarterback Keppel. Hits number 21. I'm not sure what the first name is. It's last name Schultz-Schweitz.
Yeah, number 21 makes a nice over-the-shoulder
let's go
catch. Good pitch and catch by the quarterback to the wide receiver. Bulldogs do a good job hanging in on the play and not giving up. Chase him down from behind. Ball comes out, and Bulldogs recover. That's a good hustle play by the Dogs. Schumacher brings his offense out on the field. He's in the huddle calling the play. Here they come to the line, and there is a flag. Let's see what we got. Oh, the St. Charles coach is going to get teed up here. He's all the way out to the hash mark, chewing the referees here. That's not going to go well for him. I believe it was the white hat that threw the flag on that, and that's never good news for the head coach.
All right. It can be frustrating there. You see one thing, the officials see something else.
I hear the St. Charles Saint fans shouting, "We got it on video." We hope they understand that there is no replay in high school football, so it's kind of like every once in a while you'd hear somebody yell "in the grasp" on a quarterback, and there was not that in high school either.
I think they were protesting the flag. They're not sure what the flag came out for there. I'm not sure if they're talking about that turnover or if there was a penalty here. Had the hanky in the backfield. The white hat picks it up, waves it. But the St. Charles coaching staff's getting an explanation about something here. All right, we got a little bit of a delay here. Take the opportunity to thank our sponsors, Bulldog Nation Foundation, for sponsoring this live stream. Looks here as though the officials gave him just about enough explanation there, the coach, and we're going to come back here. Back to playing here. Schumacher takes the snap there, feeds Silla on the right side. Not much going there. We're going to have 2nd and 8 here.
So I ran upstairs. That's a lie. I walked briskly upstairs and looked at the replay. It appeared to be a fumble to me, but it was a pretty close call on the field. Can't really fault the referee either way on that one after looking at it on the film. Silla back in the pistol. Schumacher Sets his slot out to the right. Throws that little bubble route. Got a little room to run here. He's out to the 45, up to the 49-yard line, just short of the 50.
There's Jason Files there with the pickup. That's going to be a pickup of about 23.
In the immortal words of Matthew Files, his elder brother, he did good.
Yeah. You ever have Matthew in English class?
I'm not going to admit to that after the he did good comment. He could have at least said he did well.
All right, Bulldogs up to the line here. First right at their own 49.
Johnny Evers out in the slot. Quick throw to Johnny. He's got some room to run. A stiff arm. He's out to about the 46. That's a lie, the 44. Counting backwards, a little more of a trick for an English guy than it is for the math guy.
All right, that's going to bring up 2nd and 4 here.
Bulldogs seem to be pushing the pace a little bit on the huddle here. Getting up to the ball and snapping in a hurry, not letting the St. Charles Saints get their bearings back after that heartbreaker on the seam route. All right, we get a little motion across the middle. Looks like a little counter trip. We got the wings leading up. Silla on the run. He is out at about the 35.
Pushed out there by Matheson.
This is about the time of game we find out the coaching staff is keeping an eye on those outside linebackers for the defense there, and we're going to see if they're starting to get a belly full of Leo Silla or not, if they're still tackling him the way with the vigor they were in the first half. If not, Leo's going to be bringing the load the rest of this half against them. That shift to trips. Trips right, single left. Reed, here comes Leo to the outside. He turns it up for a gain of 0. Pretty generous spot by the chain gang. Looks like they gave him about 1. Who we got running the chains tonight, Mr. Matty?
I'll tell you what, it is a seasoned crew out there.
Seasoned like salt and pepper hair?
Seasoned like experience. We've got Mr. Roger Gusa, Mr. Justin Gusa, Chris Raymond, and Joe Schneider.
Nice.
Controlling the sticks out there. Been doing it for a few years. We appreciate their service for sure.
I say Justin Gusa, one of the better offensive guards I ever had the privilege of coaching.
I tell you what.
Schumacher on the pump to the 0. He keeps it up the middle. St. Charles does a good job. He picks up about 3, makes it 3rd and long. We're in 4-down territory for the Bulldogs, though.
Tell you, they set that one up where they went once to Files on the far side, once to Evers on the near side. Thought that might open up a little bit for Schumacher, but the Saints did a nice job of sniffing that out and getting him down right away.
I would say the D coordinator for the St. Charles Saints must have done a good job, because those inside linebackers are keeping an eye on Schumacher. That screen pass is not that inside linebacker's play. The Schumacher keep, that's a linebacker's play. There's a ball down the seam to Files, and he drops it.
Evers.
Oh, that was Johnny.
That
I thought it was Files. The St. Charles sideline erupts. They're going to turn it over on downs. Let's see if the Bulldog
No, I think they were looking for the catch and fumble there. They're looking for a little reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
There after the questionable fumble call earlier.
Big word for you. So many syllables. All right, looks like 4th and 6. I thought that was 4th down, but I was mistaken.
Well, numbers are hard.
Numbers can be difficult.
All right, let's see what the Bulldogs pull out here for 4th and long.
I got 2 hands. After that, I'm kind of done counting. I think we got a little bunch action on the right there. Schumacher back to pass. St. Charles brings it heat. We have a man open. Files, and he drops the ball.
On coverage, they're breaking that one up. It's number 25, 25, William Davidson for the Saints.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's the first time I've seen any pressure on Schumacher when he's been back to throw. We've been pretty clean back there.
All right, we're going to see that Bulldog defense come out here. Last time, Bulldogs are fortunate. Saints kind of burned them a little bit on that long pass play. They're fortunate that St. Charles coughed that one up.
You'll get with high school defensive backs every once in a while, and they run in that option. You'll get that safety sneaking up, wants to get in on the action because he's getting a little bored back there, and they slip that tight end down the seam, and that's what gives you trouble. The Saints were able to do that last time. Hopefully young Herber has learned his lesson on that.
Yep, there was that was Thorson getting wrapped up by 55 Christian Tennis, anchor in the center of that front line of Bulldogs.
We have a Bulldog injured on the field. I believe if John Salick is listening to me at this point, he's the father of Bulldog legend Brett Salick. John would know exactly what is wrong with this Bulldog player without even seeing what happened. If you're out there, John, thumbs up to you. All right, we have a little break in the action. We'll give another shout out to the Bulldog Nation Foundation. We can't thank them enough for sponsoring this whole project.
I haven't been able to see the number yet. I believe it's Prieto.
I think it is Martin Prieto. He's up, but he was down on the field. He'll have to come out for at least one play. All right, Bulldogs are huddled up. Coach Wingert is giving them the call.
Looks like they got 54 Cody Schneider coming in to spell Prieto after that injury timeout.
Looks like Cody will be going to the nose, going to that zero tech position right over the ball, attacking the center. That'll push Christian Tennis out to the defensive end spot on the Bulldog defense's left side there, which is the blind side of that right-handed quarterback. We haven't seen much passing out of St. Charles, but down 28-0 in the third quarter, you might want to pull all the markers out of the playbook and just run the whole thing. Get a little counter, nothing doing.
That's Matheson off the right side here. Looks like we got Cale Lamb in there, Connor McGuire in on the tackle, Prieto coming back in.
Cody Schneider makes a play. He comes out of the bottom of that pile.
Absolutely.
Martin back on the field. We got Cody is going to stay at the center.
Tell you what we haven't seen tonight is
going to get a little break.
What we haven't seen tonight is a lot of solo tackle by the Bulldogs. Good pursuit. It's a gang at the ball every time.
That is good. That is good. When you have a team that runs the ball as much as St. Charles, it's kind of nice to have your defensive backs getting a little bored and not getting in the action. Saints back to pass. They got a guy streaking on the sideline. That should be a flag. They're not going to throw it.
Yeah, there it comes.
Yep, that interception's not going to count. That's going to be cheating on Schumacher.
Yep. A little bit too much contact there. I just got in his way. It impeded his progress towards that ball.
I think the receiver, consciously or not, did a good job, but as Peyton was trying to flip his hips on that deep route, and the wide receiver ran right into his chest. Whether he did it on purpose or not, he did draw the pass interference call.
In high school ball, is that from the line of scrimmage or is that from the contact?
Should be from the line of scrimmage.
Automatic first down?
Automatic first down.
All right. Yeah, I think
unless you can guess the head referee's birthday after that penalty, then you'll get 2 more yards on the play. I see it was an even number they counted off, though, so they must not have known the birthday.
I believe that was Luke Barron's number 2 there. The intended receiver did, like you said, did a nice job.
That off-tackle play, nothing doing.
That's 23 Titan Small there with the
29 Matthew File saying, no soup for you.
Is that Matthew Files?
I just dropped a Matthew Files. You know what I did not do? I did not done good there. That was Jason Files. I got Matthew Files on the brain for some reason. He's sitting right in front of me.
We got 2nd down and 10 to go here. All right, Saints coming up to the line here. We've got just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Oh, nothing going on that off-tackle play. The Bulldogs seem to have figured that one out.
That is Marks in on the tackle. Cale Lamb was there at the ball. I believe maybe Connor McGuire.
If we get Marks and Lamb on the ball, could we call that a kale sandwich?
Don't.
I know out in Bulldog land there you probably could almost hear Mr. Matty shaking his head and rolling his eyes at me on that one.
I couldn't shake my head loud enough. All right, Saints coming up to the ball here. 3rd and 11 now after that stop by the Bulldogs.
Can't help but notice the Saints have lost a little pep in their step. They got a bunch right formation here. It looks like we'll probably back to throw. Ooh, inside counter, and that is a nice run. Picks up about 5. It's going to make it 4th and 5 on the Bulldog side of the 50. Let's see if they decide to punt here or not.
I tell you what, I think at this point in the game, they're probably looking at 4 downs each possession here, unless they get it a little closer, and they're probably happy just to cut that in half.
Yeah, the only thing is if they're trying to give their defense a little bit of a break, we'll see here. Looks like they're going to go for it. I get that bunch right again. That bunch formation just ran the inside counter off of that this last time.
Mathis in the back.
Oh,
and movement on both
cheating
sides.
on the
No flag.
No flag on that play.
Oofta.
The Bulldogs would have declined that penalty anyway because it's going to turn the ball over on downs, but I cannot believe we did not get a penalty on that play. That shocking to me.
Absolutely.
When you fall forward out of your stance onto one knee before the snap of the ball, usually a penalty. Must have found a loophole in the book in the COVID-shortened 2020 season.
I'm going to guess that the Saints are going to see a heavy dose of Leo Silla here on this possession.
They might get a little more of Leo than they want. Shift into a trips right formation. Snap. Oh, off the slant. Ooh, Body gets a nice, or not Body, Herber with a nice catch. That's going to be a Bulldog first down to about the 30-41.
That's Matheson wrapping up Herber after the 10-yard gain.
Little quick slant there. Schumacher looks to the outside, and the corner's playing an outside lever. He's got playing the outside half of the wide receiver, taking away that deep route. That slant's a pretty easy pitch and catch out there.
That means if the D-back is further back, he's going to throw a short pass.
You're a football genius, Mr. Matty. An absolute football genius. Tennis on the lead. Leo for about 6. Offensive line really starting to feel it now.
That's Thorson, Titan, and Davidson on the stop for the Saints.
Christian Tennis giving the speed it up sign over to the sideline. He's feeling his oats. Looks like 64 in the game for St. Charles. Alex Schmidt playing that right defensive tackle. He's going to prove difficult to move, I think. We'll see what happens here. That shift trips. Schumacher on the keep. Nothing doing. Picks up about 1.
That's number 21, Schultz Schweitz there with the stop. It's going to be a tough one to get out here. It gets a little colder tonight, for sure.
All right, Bulldogs come up 1st and 10. They've slowed the pace down just a little bit. I wonder if that's in the interest of clock management or if it's in the interest of people management. We'll find out. Leo Silla in the backfield. Johnny Evers flexing out to the slot. Get a quick swing to Johnny. He's got the ball. He's up the sideline. He makes a move to the inside. He's going to the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Johnny. Good job, Bulldogs. Nice pitch and catch. Connor Schumacher pitches it out to Evers. It's a good run. It's going to go in the books as a touchdown pass for Schumacher, but it's mostly a touchdown run for Evers.
Absolutely. Bulldogs take the 34-0 lead here. We're going to see senior Derek Badger stepping on the field, put another one through the uprights here, trying to make it 35-0 with just under a minute in the third quarter.
This will, as he lines up his 5th extra point here. Lamb on the hold, Schumacher on the snap. Snap is perfect. Hold is down, kick is up, and good. That's Badger, 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 Badger. That's 5 extra points for Derek.
I'll tell you what, pretty impressed here with Badger this season as the place kicker. Done a nice job outside of the one block in Stewartville. I think he's had a perfect season on the extra points. Sometimes you get those soccer players come out and they can kick the ball a mile but have trouble putting it between the sticks. But Badger's shown so far this year that he's had no problems.
I don't know if you've taught geometry, Mr. Matty, but the football and the soccer ball are different shapes.
Absolutely.
Often causes a little bit of a learning curve for those soccer guys when they come out. Once they figure it out, they're usually good to go, but sometimes you don't really know where it's going. Kind of like the commentary on this game.
Absolutely.
There we go. Bulldogs line it up to kick.
See if Badger can back up Thorson here again, give the Bulldogs a chance to stick them deep.
Last time Derek seemed to give us a little bit of a directional kick down in the corner. Made Badger run all the way across the field, or not Badger, made Thorson run all the way across the field to set up his blockers. Bulldogs were able to corral him inside the 20, which is the goal on any kickoff. Badger on the kick, another low liner down into the corner. See if Thorson picks it up.
Oh, nice
Oh,
move.
nice move. He's got room up the Bulldog sideline. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. Down to his own 45.
Nice
Host
job.
the Bulldogs
nice move
there.
by Thorson. Bulldogs leaving some undergarments back there at about the 25-yard line. Thorson brings it up the near side for a pickup of about 40 yards.
Thorson has probably got, I bet he's over 100 yards tonight on kick returns. I mean, he's had a few chances at it, to be fair, but he's had some good ones.
All right, Bulldog defense not showing that they're giving up any of the energy we've seen them played with all night. Sometimes you can sit back on your laurels here at up 35-0, but plenty of noise coming off that side of the ball.
Looks like we got Tentis, Raymond, and Prieto back down with their hands on the ground for the Bulldogs, and those 3 defensive linemen bringing the heat. Here we go, option to the left, little off tackle play, got him wrapped up. That's going to be with forward progress. That's going to be a gain of about 3.
Looks like Files there on the tackle, Prieto on the tackle, as is Marks.
Cale Marks might be number 27 in your heart, but he's number 44 on your program tonight. He's had a costume change. Had something, some sort of...
Number 20.
the Super Bowl they had this happen with the costume.
Oh.
A wardrobe malfunction
Oh.
of some kind.
Oh.
Looks like we're
Not the
arrived
same
at the
thing here.
no. Looks like we've arrived at the quarter break. We'll go to the fourth quarter. Bulldogs up 35-0. It'll be 2nd and 9 on the 45. Bulldogs. I don't know. I lost my train of thought there. It's a good thing it was a toy train. It'll be easy to put back on tracks.
And they're all parents.
All right, take this chance. We got 200 folks out watching this from either school out on the YouTube. Appreciate all of you tuning in tonight to this Bulldog Nation Foundation live stream of Bulldog football.
Shout out to the Salamander King, Chris Jones. I just got a message from him saying he's enjoying the broadcast at home.
Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Jones. All right, tomorrow night around the PEM Empire, The Bulldog volleyball team headed down to La Crescent for a makeup game. That is a 12:30 start in La Crescent. We've got the 9 starting at 10 and the JV 11:15. Varsity's going to finish it off at 12:30.
Speaking of weekend events, don't forget to turn your clocks back. Ooh, that's a big hit. That's a big hit. Bulldogs saying no soup for you on that play.
I think that was Marks there
I believe that to be Ishmael Marks on the play.
Absolutely. I think that was Tentis getting off the bottom of the pile there as well.
So we're turning back our clocks on Saturday night, getting a little extra sleep there or a little extra time to drink coffee in the morning, depending on what your pleasure is.
Go ahead and rewatch this broadcast maybe with that extra hour.
There you go. There you go. As if the time that you wasted tonight was not enough to lose in your life. Here comes the option right at our bench. That's going to be a face mask. And they are not going to throw a flag on that.
I'll tell you what, the St. Charles faithful are going to be up in arms here. They're not been happy here in the second half. We had a questionable fumble. There was a little bit of movement on the Bulldog line, and now there was a face mask that
spun the quarterback right around. I can't believe the referee didn't call that one. We had 2 obvious misses there. I don't know if maybe they were traumatized by the conversation with the St. Charles coach over the fumble on the long pass play.
Oh, I doubt it. Officials doing a nice job. Those folks, not enough of those around.
No, they're not. That's they get to hear lots of interesting comments from all the people for about $40 a night.
See number 72, Nate Callahan in for the Bulldogs here at the end on the near side.
St. Charles back to pass. He's rolling out to his own bench.
Capo looks up.
That's going to be intercepted. Johnny Evers having a big night. He's going to bring it back to the 45.
And he's still going.
He's to the 50.
Blockers. Oh, he gets. Ooh!
He cuts back against the green.
Who was that over there with the block? That was
beautiful way to
That was Victor Martinez Sosa. Had a little bit flying crosswise with the block.
Not giving up on the play, getting Johnny a few extra yards. We got a St. Charles player down on the field. Coach is out to check on him. St. Charles again putting together a pretty good drive, and then has just a little bit of a miscue, and the Bulldog defense not only able to take possession of the ball, but to flip the field on the St. Charles Saints.
I think that's number 54, Harper Shaver, on the field or on the ground there for the Saints. Can be tough on those interceptions. Bodies flying around. You got to really keep your head on a swivel there on those types of plays. Tell you, from my playing days, one of the toughest hits I ever experienced came on an interception at the hands of Mr. Bernie Theobald from Stewartville on an interception. Got my bell rung pretty good there by the Stewartville grad. Father of standout lineman Parker Theobald.
Oh, nice.
Stewartville.
Nice.
Headed over to Sioux Falls play this.
Right,
this
they're
fall.
in the playoffs. I know they're having quite a good season out there, those 2 Stewartville Tigers out in Brookings, South Dakota.
Is it Brookings? That's where they're at.
Yeah.
Brookings, okay.
Bulldogs come to the line in the double wing formation. They're going to stay in it. They don't appear to be shifting on this play. We got a little read option. Leo off tackle. Drops his shoulder and drives down. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play.
Got a new quarterback in for the Bulldogs, number 18, Connor Schumacher, taking the snaps now here in the fourth quarter.
That would be Connor McGuire replacing Connor Schumacher.
Thank you for that. Connor McGuire, number 18, in for the Bulldogs, taking the snaps.
Connor McGuire, an incredible athlete in his own right.
Absolutely, one of those football players, played a little soccer this fall.
Flex out into that Twins formation. McGuire on the handoff, gives it
Kale Marks.
Ishmael drops his shoulder, picks up about 4.
Not going to be enough, I don't think, for the first down. Going to be short by about a yard.
Going to be third and a very manageable 2. It's be third and 1 fathom. Fathom being 6 feet. Oh.
I don't know if I believe you. Last week you told me a mile was 14 yards.
That's true. Oh. Connor Schumacher on the keep. He's got room to run.
Please allow me
He's
to
inside the
correct.
5. He's going to plow his way down to the 1.
My turn to correct you on there. That's Connor McGuire with the keeper.
Old habits die hard. Connor McGuire on the keep.
Nice run there by the junior, I believe.
Yes.
Yep, junior.
Yep, junior, Connor McGuire. Cubic feet per minute, Connor Franklin McGuire.
About 8 minutes left here in the ball game in Elgin. Bulldogs up 35-0 against the St. Charles Saints.
McGuire and Marks in the backfield in that pistol formation. Again on that read option. Marks is in for an easy score.
All right.
Ishmael Marks on the touchdown. I would venture to guess we'll roll Derek Badger out there again for yet another extra point attempt.
Hopefully I didn't jinx him with the old commentator jinx there, talking about how he's been perfect all season long. I've done that a few times this volleyball season.
I'm not superstitious, Mr. Matty, but I am a little stitious, so I will keep my comments on the Badger to myself. Although it... Oh!
Nope.
Badger hits the upright. Thank you, Nick Matty.
Don't.
I'm going to go ahead and say Derek Badger probably playing the best football you're going to see out of a Badger this weekend.
Ooh. Yeah, Badgers starting quarterback had himself a game with about 95% completion. Unfortunately, caught himself the vid over the week, and going to be sitting that one out.
Yeah, I think the Badgers going to be forced to forfeit that game to Nebraska this weekend. So all you Badger fans out there, all the Wisconsin faithful, I hope you're tuning into this YouTube broadcast to watch your very own Derek Badger kick some extra points. We did jinx him on that last one. Looks like we're kicking from the hash on this one. He's got the tee set up on the near hash mark. Badger must have had a little zip on that ball because that upright really clanged when he hit it.
It's still shaking over there.
I don't know if the band is still here. If we got Mike Walton out there, we can find out exactly what note that tuning fork is humming still.
All right. Saints are going to send back Thorson once again to receive the kick. Thorson's shown himself to be quite the returner here tonight. Took the last one about 40-plus yards at least on the near sideline.
Badger puts his hand up. We get the whistle. Here we go. Ball is in play. Another low liner.
Ooh.
Oh, off the shoulder pad. Down to the 1. He's in the end zone. In high school, as soon as the ball crosses the end zone, that's a dead ball. That's coming out to the 20.
I'll tell you what, that's fortunate for Thorson, because I know those returners always thinking about bringing it out. That would not have been a good decision for Thorson on that one.
No, as soon as they see that ball skid and that return man turn his back a little bit, then that cover team gets a little ornery.
All right, Saints likely to come back out in that split formation. Got Keppel under center. We've seen Keppel throw some nice balls for the Saints.
I'm trying to see who the Bulldogs have over there at outside linebacker. That appears to be Connor McGuire. He's going to pull double duty here. Outside linebacker on the far side of the field. Got Derek Boyum in at outside linebacker on the near side.
65. Not sure who that was in on that one. Not in the program.
Not in the program, as apparently is our Halloween player, the Ghost Bulldog, in on the tackle, number 65. Program a little sketchy tonight. Bulldogs in their grays. Some of the numbers get a little goofed up.
Got Victor Martinez Sosa in, number 2 for the Bulldogs.
Looks like
now.
we got Elijah Duque lined up over the center.
Caden Peters in at safety for the Bulldogs. Over there on the far side, looks like Kyler Lamb in for the Bulldogs. Want to give these guys some love here, getting in the fourth quarter. Those guys work hard all week long.
6 minutes to go. They probably spent their entire week running St. Charles plays on the scout team. Now they get to run a few Bulldog plays.
Gavin Hughes, number 16, corner on the near side. I believe that's Duque in the center, playing that nose tackle position.
Nathan Callanan is your near side defensive end. Can you see who the far side one is there, Mr. Manny?
I believe that's Matthew Keller. I can't tell for sure.
Is it 79?
It is.
Okay, Matthew Keller. We got Victor Martinez Sosa in the game, number 2. They're doing a good job holding their own against this St. Charles offense.
All right, we're under 5 minutes here in Elgin.
Looks like we have Johnny Evers back playing safety rather than up in his normal outside linebacker spot. I bet he's playing that strong safety position, usually played by Connor Schumacher. Saints on the off tackle play seem to just be trying to get something positive going here. Bulldogs eating that play up.
Now, Saints here, they're a class beneath us in football, is that correct?
Yes, as we're looking at that playoff picture, the Saints will be a 2A team. Bulldogs will go into section play in 2 weeks, according to Mr. Flatham.
The 17th is the opening round. Looks like they're going to be a bye to either the top seed or the top 2 seeds here in 3A, here in the southeast part of the state.
That first round bye is kind of a big deal, for the simple fact that those playoff games come fast and furious. Everybody's getting a little beat up. Everybody's trying to hold everything together with a little tape and a few Band-Aids. So if you can get a week off to study up and get healthy, that's quite an advantage.
Titan Small there with the carry for the Saints. Looking around the section, who do we got? We got Wasika. Got a nice team. Probably looking at one of those top seeds as well.
Cole Raymond in at the nose, lined up right over the center.
There's Titan there with the carry. Who had him wrapped up there? Was that Coleman? Can't see.
I think that was Cole Raymond. Number 7 coming into the game, that's Baden Fenton.
And we got number 10, Chase Fogelson, coming in replacing Evers. Evers had himself a game again tonight.
Johnny has had put together quite a season. I'm going to give a little shout out to all the younger football players out there. Johnny Evers was a player that wasn't very big when he was in junior high, but he did his time in the weight room and waited his turn, and now he's having a heck of a season for the Bulldogs. I don't know where we'd be without him at this point. That's a heck of a play. That's a heck of a play. Nice job by the outside linebacker there on that little swing pass at Derek Boyum out there.
On the reception for the Saints, that's number 20, Peyton Olson, just a sophomore here.
So all you young guys out there in Bulldog land, if you think you're too small, you're not. Football has always got a place for you. There's some place on every team for you.
Raymond replaced by Duque here, number 56. Going to line up over the ball here.
It's like we got Caden Peters at the free safety. We got number
19, not sure who 19 is.
not in your program. Ball on the ground. St. Charles retains possession. Whistle blows it dead. And 1:40 left in this ball game.
All right. Well, it's starting to look like sure thing here. Bulldogs are going to finish this one up 3-1 on the season.
Yeah, I don't
couple
know.
games left.
I don't know if the St. Charles is going to be able to pull out a 42-point comeback in the next 140 here. We'll be looking at a real solid Cannon Falls team coming in here next week. Held the Lured Eagles last week to 6 first downs. Should be a good test for this Bulldog squad.
That'll be a fun one for sure. Both teams likely to be ranked. Cannon Falls came into the season ranked. Bulldogs got a few votes this last week. Probably going to be climbing after this one.
I will say this, the Bulldogs gave Cannon Falls state tournament team last year everything they wanted in that game. That was maybe not a game that the Bulldogs should have won, but it was surely a game they could have won.
Martinez Sosa in the backfield with McGuire. Going to take the
That little
handoff
read
here.
option. Martinez on the carry. He's going to pick up about 1. We get a little flag on the play. That means we probably have a little extracurricular. We're a little late in the game for a holding or anything like that. Referee's going to take control of the game here, make sure we don't have any mayhem on the field.
Saints doing a nice job of
That's
keeping
going to be
them
a
bottled
hold
up.
on the Bulldogs. That's going to cost them 10.
Nice call on that one. Apparently it's not that late in the game for a hold. All right, Saints out there still battling. Tough spot to be in for those guys. A lot of respect here, coming off the ball hard. Here still late in the fourth. Bulldogs leading 41-0 in Elgin.
I'm going to say it's good to just see these guys on the field. Looks like the Bulldogs are lined up in a victory formation. They're going to take a knee. Good to see all these guys on the field in this time of global uncertainty. We've had some problems. We've seen some things with Stewartville, teams like that. Red Wing was able to pick up a game. You got to play these games when you can, and these kids got to make memories while they can. So good to see these guys on the field.
Yep, absolutely. This one's not going to finish the way the Saints hoped it would, but I'm sure they're happy to be getting in what they can here on this COVID-shortened 20 season. Some great athletes over there on the other side of the ball. Thorson was solid tonight. Matheson, strong runner, quarterback couple. Made some real nice passes. On the defensive side of things, we saw number 54, Shaver, in there a few times. We saw Titan Small in. Definitely had the best name on the roster.
Absolutely. And your kick returner, Jet Thorson, had a heck of a night for the Saints.
Yep.
Bulldogs
absolutely.
victorious here, 41-0 in Elgin.
Yep, that's going to send the Bulldogs to 3-1 here into their next week's matchup against Cannon Falls. St. Charles going to fall to 0-4 on the season. We'll be back next week with the Cannon Falls live stream
Bulldogs
here.
and the Bombers here at Elgin Field, and we hope you can join us on the live stream.
All right, thanks for being with us tonight on this Bulldog Nation Found.